to expect in the postpartum period. I think it's really important to have realistic expectations, because when we have unrealistic expectations, that can cause us a lot of distress. So in the really early days of coming home with baby, it's very likely that you might experience something called afterbirth pains. And that is a mild cramping that happens. It feels a bit like a contraction. And every baby that you have, the more intense these become. So these can be managed just with your simple Panadol and Nurofen if they're safe for you to take, as well as heat packs, warm showers, that kind of thing. Another thing to prepare yourself for is that it's normal to bleed for up to 6 weeks after you've given birth. So making sure that you've got lots of those maternity pads ready, especially for the first week or two when the flow is quite heavy, and then some more regular sized pads for after that up to the 6 weeks. We don't recommend tampons or anything inside of the vagina or cups or anything like that, just because of that increased risk of infection when everything's still healing. So speaking of healing, you may have a wound that is sore and that is healing. So whether that's an episiotomy or a cesarean section wound. So looking after that using any ice packs that you need. Those little pillows that women sit in, the donut pillows for their perineum, are actually more damaging than they are useful. So please try and avoid those. Laying on your side if you can is beneficial. So if you have had a cesarean section or you're required to wear TEDs for any reason, so they're those postpartum stockings, please make sure that you actually do wear them for 6 weeks postpartum. So something else really common is that day 3 to 5 baby blues, where we're feeling extremely teary or irritable or on edge for whatever reason, as all of those hormones are changing and the sleep deprivation really kicks in. So being extra kind to yourself around days 3 to 5 as well. And would be normal for your breast to feel really engorged on that day as well. Okay. Now, something that is to be expected for the continuum of the postpartum journey, and even up to a year or more after you've given birth, is tiredness. You're going to feel tired. Obviously it's worse the younger that baby is, with the frequent night feedings and wakings. But you are going to feel tired, and on some days you're going to feel exhausted. And so, being kind to yourself on those days. Don't have expectations that you're, going to clean the house from top to toe, or, be in a business meeting or anything like that. Have the expectation that some days you're going to just stay in your jammies and you're going to cuddle your baby and you're going to watch your favorite shows, and that going out for a walk in the afternoon sun or the morning sun might actually be an achievement for you that day, and that is absolutely fine. The other thing to expect is that you're not going to have a lot of time to be cooking these super nutritious meals. So stockpiling, having some meals ready to go in the fridge or in the freezer that you've already prepared, or that even better, people have prepared for you and brought round. Or if you look at a meal delivery service or something like that, can really help in making sure that you're still getting good food and nourishment without having the time to cook all these beautiful meals. So especially if it's your first baby, I say just enjoy this time at home relaxing. How often in life do you actually get a good couple of months, hopefully off work, on maternity leave, where you can just stay home and cuddle and eat good food and go for nice walks and watch your movies or TV or whatever it is, because subsequent babies, you're going to have another one to look after and run around after as well. So you're not going to get this time. So having that expectation, you're probably not going to be going out for dinners or going to parties or catching up with friends all the time. You're probably going to be sitting around having cups of coffee with people coming to visit the baby, or meeting someone in the park for a nice stroll, things like that. Okay, it's a much more low-key, healing, restorative time in your life. The other thing that I think is important to have a realistic expectation is that your relationship will probably be under stress, because when people are tired and grumpy, they tend to take it out on their partner. Now, obviously, this should never cross the line into intimate partner violence, and hope that there can always be mutual respect and compassion. However, having a baby is the biggest relationship challenge that a couple can go through. So having that expectation as well, that you're probably not going to get a lot of one-on-one time, just the two of you, that dynamic is going to change. You will get that time back. But at this time in your life, it's when baby's really, really little, a lot of the focus goes on baby, and that's really, really normal.